Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do a quick Amazon video for you. I found a couple of things in the last couple of weeks, as I'm sure you've seen on my videos. I had a little accident and I broke my arm. That was on March 7th. I've always taped several weeks ahead. And then the week after that, I had to have major surgery to put a plate and some pins in my arm. So those are in there now. I just had that done a week ago. And yesterday I went back and they took my stitches out. And now I have this fun little, as my husband calls it, Smurf blue cast that I have to wear for 3 weeks. It's a hard cast and it's sort of tight and my arm is a little bit sore today. So I didn't want to skip doing a video. So I thought I would grab a couple of things that I've purchased recently. A couple of them I've purchased previously and I don't remember if I've showed them, but if I have, I wanted to show them again because I think that they are just awesome things. I guess awesome's not a word too much anymore. That's showing my age. Anyways, I wanted to start out with a couple of beauty products. I have been on the hunt for a perfect contour. Not a bronzer, but a contour. And I'll show you the difference. And I've showed this before on some of my other channel. This is a new bronzer that I've got from LYS. And as you can see, this has a neutral to a little bit of a more warmer undertone to it. And the lights are making it washed out a little bit. But if you do a contour, you want something that has a little bit of a grayer undertone. And I'm going to show you this. And you can see, well, it's hard for my camera to pick it up. It definitely has a grayer undertone to it. And I got this off of Amazon. It's called Sursul Sculpt Contour Palette. And this little palette came, which I haven't used, with its own little brush that came with it. Out, which I thought was cute because this little angled brush here, it's on an angle. It's perfect for doing contouring on the side of your nose. So I'm going to show you that. But one of the other contours that I found that I love, everyone's been trying to do Charlotte Tilbury's contour wand. And I know Flower Beauty came out with one, and I tried it, and I like it, but it's still a little bit too golden for me. So I looked on Amazon, and this is from, is it Q-Best? And it works in the same way. It's got the little sponge applicator, and you open up, oh gosh, I still can't use my fingers well. You open up, squeeze it open, and then I'm just going to put, I did not do my contour on purpose, on both sides, and then you're going to brush it in. But I don't know if you can tell with my camera. I'll turn the lights down a little bit on how much cooler this undertone is. And that is the point. And then I usually close it after I squeeze a little bit out. And I will say it blends nice. The Flower Beauty contour like this seems to dry pretty fast, so you have to move really fast. This one is creamy and it doesn't dry down. It gives you enough time to actually do your blending and get your contouring. So you can just see how it looks like I have a nice little shade under my chin and on my cheeks, but it doesn't look too golden. And then I brought a brush up so I can try this, and I'm just going to set it a little bit with this. And this is not super dark. It's very nice. It blends very well. I've worn it on its own by itself, but I wanted to show both of these today, so I thought, well, you know what? I'll just use one over the top. Then I'm going to take the little brush that came with it, and I'm going to get some on, and I'm going to use it to lightly contour down the sides of my nose. And it's nice and light. They did have different shades, so if you want something that's darker, they do have one for darker skin tones. But see, that just gave me just slight shadowing on the sides of my nose, which I really like. Now I'm going to take my other contour brush or my other bronzer brush, And I am going to do my LYS up at the top. I don't really have, it's hard for me to, you'll have to excuse me with only having, I don't know if you can tell on my camera or not, how golden that looks. It's making it pick up really super golden. But then this one, I'm going to put beside it. I don't know if you can tell the difference, how one is a lot more muddy than the other. And that's what I like about it. It's hard to find. You can use bronzer as a contour, and especially if you have a warmer undertone, you can do that, and it blends in a lot better. But because I have a pinker, cooler undertone, or if you have a neutral undertone, you want to try to get your contour a little bit more on the neutral or cool tone. Cool tone is definitely the best because you want it to look like a shadow. And I've talked about that so many times on my channel, so I'm not going to go into that a lot again more. But these two were so reasonably priced, and I can't tell you how much since I've got them. They're what I've been using every day, basically, for my contour. And I just got them probably 2 weeks ago. I think I got them, I think I ordered them right before I broke my arm. And I've been using them since then, and I love them. So I would highly recommend them. They seem to stay on during the day very well. So those are something that I would recommend. Okay, moving on. Those are my only 2 beauty products that I have for this month. But I want to go into some things that I think are helpful to you. This is the cutest little phone holder. And it does work with mine if I have a Galaxy Z Fold. So if I fold it so it's skinny and I have to take my case and everything off, this holds it really well. Oh, sorry, it's hard for me to pull. But I like this because this is great for travel. It actually is a tripod, but this extends, as you can see. So it's telescopic. This part rotates, so you can use it that way. It closes up, so you can use it like as a selfie stick if you wanted to, or if you wanted to hold it up for videotaping something. And right here on the front, this little button, you can sync this with your phone, and this will help work your camera. So you can put this down as a tripod and use your little clicker, and it will hold your phone, and it's great for vacations. If you want to take pictures of you and your friends, you just set this up on a table, take some pictures. I love this. And this actually, get it up, folds right down into there. It's little teeny. And you can just carry it with you when you're traveling. If it's in a purse, if it's in a bag, I love that. It's great for travel and for most phones. Now, one of the other products that I just recently purchased, and I don't know how many, a lot of people are into essential oils, some aren't. I'm just starting to get into some of them, and I have a friend who is into all natural stuff, and I'm not into that as much as she is, but I do know that some natural things will help you out. And as many of you can tell by my voice, my allergies and sinuses have been really, really bad. Michigan's weather has gone up and down and up and down and up and down in the last month. And it's like, it's 50, it's freezing, it's 50, it's freezing, and it's been rainy and snowy. And one of the things that I'm highly allergic to is mold, and we've got so much water, there's so much mold, so I am constantly having sinus issues. But one of the things that I did find that I am loving is this essential oil blend, and it's from Up Nature. I'm going to put my glasses back on here. It's called Up Nature Breathe. It is 100% pure and natural essential oil blend. It says breathe easy. It's got eucalyptus leaf oil in it. It's got peppermint oil leaf in it. It's got tea tree. It's got Pinus sativus, which is Scots pine needle. It's got lemon oil peel in it. It's got cardamom, and it's got bay leaf in it. This is very good for breathing, and I've been putting this in our diffuser right on our headboard on our bed at night and breathing that in, and it actually helps open me up so I can breathe better. So if any of you have like breathing issues, or your kids have like asthma or breathing issues or allergies and stuff, I would highly recommend this. This really helped open me up, and I wake up in the morning and I don't feel quite as tight and congested because my allergies bothering me. And even through the day, you can, have this going in your house. If you're home all day, have it going, and it just keeps, and it smells nice. It smells nice, but you're breathing in those things that are natural that help open you up. It's like Vapor Rub, how it has that cooling effect and help open you up, but these are natural essential oils, so I think these are just, it's a nice way to do it, and it's manufactured and bottled in the USA, so I really do like that as well. Now, a household item, and I don't know if I have showed this before or not, but if I have, I wanted to show it again because this has been sort of a lifesaver for me, because I couldn't use my other hand until yesterday. Literally, I got an okay that I could start squeezing and lifting some things. I could type, but I was not allowed to lift or squeeze anything. So I was sweeping with one hand, which is fine. And this is the broom that I have. And I've talked about this before. And I could try to, prop it on my arm, and I could sweep and everything. So I could do some sweeping. But then I couldn't get a hold a dusting pan to sweep it in. So that made it a little bit harder. But this little broom here, and it looks sort of silly, and you can see it does have some stuff in it right now. This on the end, as you're brushing, you sweep everything up, put it in a little line, and then you press this on the ground. And this little thing here, as it rolls on the ground, it will suck up your pile of dust or dirt that you have on the floor. And I have an iRobot, and my iRobot does fine. It does all my carpeting. It goes through my house, and I try to run that, but it doesn't get into my corners. So I always take my broom and I get my corners and under some of our tables and different things that I have. So I would just brush those little things out. I brush them in a nice little straight line, and then I just take the broom, press it down a little bit. That little vacuum comes on, and it just whoop, and it just sucks all of the dust and dirt up. I love this. And then you don't have to have a dustpan. And then what happens is it collects it right in here. And you can see there's a little bit in here, because last night I picked up a few things, and picks it up. And then these little buttons right here on the side, they pop open, and it just dumps right into your basket. This is the funnest thing. And my husband got this for me. He's like, I thought this would make it easier for you. Instead of you carrying around a dustpan, from room to room where you're sweeping and everything, I can just carry the one broom, sweep, zip it right up, and I vacuumed it right up, and I love that. It makes it so much easier. This is a funny thing that my husband bought me, and I love him to death. And this looks, you're probably wondering what this is. And what this is, it's made for people that have casts on. And you know how if you have a cast on for like 7 or 8 weeks, how you start to itch underneath there? Well, this little thing has got little nubbies on it. It's got 2 ends. So it's got bigger ones, probably if you have a light cast or an arm cast. And I know this is an unusual gift because people probably are like, well, that's something that you very rarely would. But he got me a 2-pack. And the first week when I broke my arm, I was using it a lot. Then when I had my surgery, I couldn't because I got stitches in here. They took them out, but it's still not totally healed. But it goes in under your cast, and you can just scratch. Oh, I can see this. Scratch away and itch away. And it's nice because it actually, if you got dry skin, it actually comes out with it. And if you got a, like one on your leg or a bigger one, it's got the bigger end too. And they're just rounded little nubbies and everything. But they do scratch it enough for you that it'll take care of some of that like itch that's driving you nuts. And I've only had this on a day, and it's tighter, and it is sort of itchy feeling just because it is tight and gets sweaty. And when they took my one bandage off from having my surgery, which was big, and I had that on for 8 days, they went right into this. I was allowed to wash my hands, but I couldn't get my arm wet, so my poor skin underneath it was really dry. So it's already still like, okay, last night I'm like, I gotta get under here. I gotta get under here. My husband's like, well, just try, because I know my incision's up here. So I was itching down, I was scratching down here on this part of it, and it made it feel so much better. So any of you, if you have kids, and I hate to say this, but, I have a daughter, and I'm the youngest of 9, and growing up, half of us, and I've got brothers and sisters who have kids, and they've all, I think, broken bones or something, and had something, and then they're just like trying to get an itch. So whoever invented this, I just think this is a fun, silly thing. But you know what? When you're done, you know what it's good for? it will scratch your back. So I have one on my desk right now because I was using it for work, but now it's like it also scratches your back. It's just nice enough. So even once my arm gets fixed, and I hope I never have to have it again, I can still use that because it's a nice little back scratcher. So it just the little nubbies will just, if you get that little tickle or something and you can't get to it, it works really good. Okay, I'm going to do a pause because I have to go get my husband to bring our puppy up because I have the cutest thing that anyone who has dogs, I think this is just a cute gift. Okay, I'm back. I had my husband go get our little puppy, Rhodey, and he's sitting here with me. It's raining today. It's a cold, rainy day in Michigan. I think it's going to be 50, and then by the afternoon it's dropping into the upper 30s, so it's going to be like 39. So it's cold and rainy, but our dogs still have to go out for their walks, and they hate it. They hate the rain. They hate getting wet. So we went online to Amazon, and this is what we bought. Let's see if I can lift him up. This is little Mr. Rhodey. Say hi, Rhodey. This is him. And this, let's try to stand up, is his little raincoat. And I don't know if you can see that. And it goes over. He's got a little hood, and it's a little plastic thing, a little plastic coat. And it actually, let me see if I can get him to stand up on the table. Oh, I'm going to stand up on the table. I'm going to try to point my camera down to him. And it goes, say hi, say hi. But it covers his head. It's got a little hood. And then, scooch forward. Whoops, whoops. It's long. There we go. It's long, and it goes all the way over the back of him. And it just snaps underneath his tummy. I'll put you back there. Get my camera back up where I am. And I'll show you what it looks like. Let me unhook it. And this is what it looks like when it comes. So it opens up. This goes on their head, over their head. And it's long. You can order different sizes, and then you just snap the front part. Head goes in here, snap the front part, and then the back part goes over, and then it's got a little snaps that go underneath their belly, and it just holds them on there, and it's so easy to get on and off, and it's lightweight enough. It's clear. Loki's got one that's got white, but we got the blue and green for Rhodey. But then when they come back, yes, they may still have some wet feet that we have to dry off, but we're not having to towel dry down a whole dog, their head, their body, and everything, and they're not getting cold because right now in the spring, in the summertime, it's fine because they're hot and they don't mind it. But when it's like 45 and rain, it's cold, and it's cold rain, and that's not good for your puppy to go out in the cold rain and get all wet like that. So I kept telling my husband, I said, we've got to find some kind of raincoat, but something that's easy that we can get on, that they won't be like, oh, I got to get sleeves and everything else, because we've got some coats that have sleeves and everything for the winter that are really super warm and everything for them. But I know several of the YouTubers that I watch have dogs, and if your dogs go out and they do not like the rain whatsoever, this is just the cutest thing. And if they don't like the hood part, which Loki doesn't at all, you know, it's thin enough you can fold it back. So I fold Loki's back just a little bit because his actually comes down and it's almost over his eyes, and he doesn't like that. So you can fold it back. But I just thought that was the cutest thing. My husband's like, wow, they get some really cute stuff for dogs on Amazon. And I'm like, yeah, but never would have thought that. But that was my last item for today. I hope you enjoyed this. I had a couple of beauty items, a couple of household items, some fun gadgets for videotaping or taking pictures on vacation, and then one item for your pet. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do hope that while you are here, you will consider joining my family by hitting the subscribe button, ringing the notification bell, and give it a big thumbs up. And if you have any comments on any of these products, if you've used any of them, or if you think, you know, you have and you'd like them or dislike them, or if you think they're good ideas, let me know, because I'm always interested in trying things. If you've got better options for me, I'm willing to try them. Thank you so much again. Tell your friends about this channel. I would love to have them join my family as well. But for now, go out, have yourself a wonderful, blessed day, and I will see you again in the next video.